G'day all, welcome back to Dad versus Son. And we're going to try something a little bit new for me today, and we're going to try the last 100 yards from GMT. So I've got lots of stuff sort of set up here and all the rest of it, and we're going to start with mission 1. What I'll do again with this, because I've never played this before, is I will put up the first video, see if there's too many obvious mistakes so that I can hopefully correct them before we go on, if possible. So mission 1 is on their own, utilising map 11 here. It's December 1944. We're on the Elsenborn Ridge. The Americans have 1 platoon, which is 2nd Platoon from Baker Company with Lieutenant Jackson in charge and 3 squads. And they also get a machine gun section. So here are the American machine guns. So we get 1 at random. And there it is. So then I can put all these back in. Now, I have clipped a fair bit of this stuff, but I haven't clipped everything. So I will be doing a little bit of clipping as we go along. Apologies for that. German-wise, they get 2 platoons from 2nd Infantry Company. They get 2nd and 3rd platoons here. 2nd Platoon commanded by Lieutenant Lang and 3rd Platoon by Lieutenant Rolf. And they also get 1 machine gun section. So here we go. And there we are. And all those can go away as well, like that. Okay. Initiative DRM is a +2 to the Germans. So, and the Germans start with the initiative. Casualty differential limit is a 4 for the Germans as the attackers and a 2 for the Americans as the defenders. The Americans set up first hidden. Bit hard to do when you're playing solo. In any hex north of row 9. Okay, so row 9 is along here. North is that way. So we're going to be setting up in this area here, and the Germans will come on from the south, effectively. Half hexes along the east and west borders are not in play, but those on the north and south are. And the German units enter unconcealed. Victory level. Okay, mission objective. The mission ends if, at the end of any game turn, the German player controls 5 wooden buildings, and we have quite a few wooden buildings around the place, and the church hex, as you can see here, in E4. Or one side exceeds its casualty differential limit, or the final score, which is time, is greater than or equal to 46. So that is that. So I can get rid of that at the moment. Oh! Righto. So we need to set up everything. So we've got the time track at 0. The initiative for the Germans, the casualty track is set up. There are no mortars or anything else, which is good. My only problem is I've put this up here, which makes it a bit hard to read for me at times. But the reason for that was that I could get the camera back here and Let's see if I can lower it down a little bit, just like that. There we go, so we can see the bottom of the map. Okay, so let's pull these Germans over here. And the way the machine gun works when you've got two or more than one platoon as such is it will activate with the closest leader, effectively. Okay, there are some wonderful videos out there about how to play this and all the rest of it. Hethwill's got some wonderful ones out there. I noticed that Rough Swordsman and name escapes me now. Damn it. Are playing through a learning thing because Rough has never played before. They've gone through the first sort of turn as such. So look, there are lots and lots out there. So this is not a teaching, this is a learning for me. So how are we going to set our people up? Germans are going to sweep through this way. It's easy enough for them to get these two buildings right from the start, or near enough from the start, which is good for them. But they've got to get this, and they've got to get at least another 3 buildings, and these are the 3 closest buildings. But we need to stop them from enfilading us and outflanking us for as long as we can. So I think in the first instant, what I want to do is I want to put our 30 cal maybe here. And the reason for that, for my thinking, is it's got good line of sight here and good line of sight out here for any flanking forces. It's also covering off on this wooded area in here as well. So that's a good place for it to be. Now, I think I could exchange one of my squads into 2 sections to start with. But I don't want to do that at the moment. That would give me more frontage, but I think, excuse me, this is the best way to go. This is our best squad from a melee point of view, with the with the melee point of view, because it's a 3 against a 2 and a 2. With the Constitution, I think they're calling it, we've got a 6, a 6, a 5, and a 7. So with the leader, which is good. I've just got a bit of Duver on him there. So I think this guy by himself is probably fairly good, but whether do I put him in the woods or would I put him in a building? And I think I'm going to put him in the woods here so he can shoot off this way. Now, in fact, what I'm thinking of doing is putting them like they are for their facing, in case they get, I think enfilade comes into it when we're talking about, when you're shooting at them, if you can enfilade them, which is 11.3.3E, 11.3, lots of 10s, 11.3.3E. Enfilade occurs when incoming fire enters a defending unit's rear arc. Okay, so we need to be aware of that. So his rear arc is going to be back here, but so let's make it easy. So you can see the marks as well as I can. This is our least bestest. It's only got a I'm sure it's Constitution. I keep saying that, but I don't want to screw people bigger than I usually do. Cohesion, thank you. Cohesion. Cohesion, morale, constitution, it all amounts to the same sort of thing. It all brings into their training and all the rest of it. So this is our worst guy. So I think I want to put Jackson with him. Now, that leaves this guy who can go out by himself as well. Now, this is probably the best place for him because he can always scoot back into here. So let's put him there. Now, we've got a good frontage. We've got 2 units that can fire out this way. We've got 2 units that can fire out this way. We've got 3 units that can bring fire into this area here. Let's keep Jackson and 2nd squad here as our reserve, or do we want to put them all up here? Let's put them all up here, like that. Okay, so this is our main force. These are our covering squads, and that's good. And all of those can start concealed. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So concealed, concealed, and concealed, like that. So we've set up, everything's good to go, and we're ready to start the first time period. So, again, getting up here, initiative phase we've already done. There's nothing to do there. So it's the activation phase. So the first thing that the Germans can do is see if they can coordinate. And to coordinate, so they can activate both platoons at the same time. If they wish, they need to roll an 8 through 10. And they only rolled a 5, so it's going to be 1 platoon at a time. So who are we going to move off first? And where are we going to put the machine gun? Okay, I think I want to put the machine gun with Lang. So Lang and his people are going to move out first. Now they can move 3 movement points or 2 hexes because they have the initiative. So let's put Lang. All of these German troops here are all the same, exactly. We'll put Lang with 1st squad and the machine gun, and we're going to move them first. So they can move 2 hexes or 3 movement points. So if they go, they can't come up here. So if they start here or here, that's going to be 1.5 movement points straight up. So we could go 1, 2 hexes to here, or 2 hexes to here, and this would still be hidden. Nobody can see them. Out here, they can be seen, but it's a long way away. I'm going to bring them on here. So that's 1, 2 hexes to there. Now I need maneuvering things, so I remember. So these are sort of things that I haven't clipped yet. So let's do that. So they've done a maneuvering action. I know this is a bit slow, but like I said, it's a learning one for me. And the Germans come on unconcealed, or not concealed. Right, so we have these 2 that can move together as well. We could actually even put another one up there if we wanted to, but I want to keep it like this. I'm going to move 2nd 1 to here. I'm going to bring them up this way, and I'm going to bring these up to here sort of thing. So again, I need a maneuver, and that's good. "14 minutes in already, and we're getting nowhere fast." And our last guy, while I think about it, I will clip. So where do we move him? Do we keep them in echelon, or arrowhead, I should say, and bring this guy on 1, 2 here to give support there? And I think that's what I'm going to do. So he's going to go 1, 2 to there, and he has maneuvered as well. And that finishes our first lot of action. So now we have a reaction. Now, let me grab a duva. So the Americans can now react if they want. Now, we do have a line of sight down to there. Is that showing up? Yep. And we don't have line of sight there because it clips the trees really, and of course there's no line of sight over to this guy from here, or anything like that. So do we want this guy to react at the moment? And my answer is no. And the Germans can't react to anything, so we go on and do our next activation, which will be 3rd platoon. Now, this is our weakest guy. We have a 5, a 6, and a 7 for their, what's that word again? It's not constitution. You know what I mean, okay? So he's probably better off with him. So if we grab Rolf and 1st squad, and I think what I want to do is they are going to move here. So they're going to go 1, 2 hexes. They can't go up into here. This is 3rd squad is going to go 3 movement points, 1, 2, 3 up into the building here. So what we're going to have then is 2 of them, 3 of them, and we need to clip them. That's fine. They're all maneuvers. What am I going to do with that last squad? What am I going to do? That one didn't clip very well. Okay, so we've maneuvered here. We've maneuvered with the platoon commander to here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy on here, and he's going to go 1, 2 hexes here. Like that. And that completes our activation. Like that. And we're back into what do the Americans want to do to react? So we can see this guy over here. Now, is it worthwhile doing anything at the moment is what it comes down to. So the American has 1 firepower with basically an 8 range. So if we look at that here, he's an 8 range. So, you know, it's not real flash. He's got lots of minuses and everything else. And at the moment, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. Okay, so at 5 to 8, he'd be shooting straight out for a -3 without anything to worry about. He's a 1, so that becomes, yeah, a -2. This guy's in a building and stuff as well. So, do we want to do anything? And I don't think we do. I don't think I want to do anything at this moment. Alliance. So we've activated fire resolution phase, there is none. Assault resolution phase, no. Mortar fire, no. Determine time lapse. Okay, so let's come up to time lapse. The Germans roll a die, they get a 9. So it's taken them 5 minutes to get off their posteriors and move that far forward. So once we've done that, it's remove overwatch and motion markers, so we can get rid of the maneuver markers for Hermann the German. So that is done. Place returning platoon leaders, we don't have anything for that. Recombine squads, there's nothing for that. Reset counter orientation, yeah. And recur and check whether the mission objective of victory has been done. Okay, so my only question is, when can these guys become concealed? So let's have a quick look at... I thought there was a... oh, come on, you can do it. Concealment. Loss, gain, 432. Okay, so 432. Any unit that is not in line of sight of an enemy unit during the concealment gain segment of the cleanup phase, overwatch and motion, return, combine, conceal any units not in line of enemy sight. Okay, so who is going to be not in line of sight? So we do have line of sight here, so he cannot be concealed. I believe he is in line of sight. He's not. So this little gentleman can be concealed. This guy cannot. And if we come down this way, I think Rolf is concealed because it is clipping these trees. In fact, they can be concealed as well. So Rolf can be concealed, and so can this guy. So we only have 2 guys that are not concealed at the moment. So that is that. So that's the end of the first part of the mission, and we're at time 5. So I'm going to stop there. I'll put this up and you can let me know if I've screwed up or not. So thank you very much and take care. Bye for now.